Hello, and welcome back to Let's Play Sniper Elite 3 Ultimate Edition, the complete package. There's nothing, it couldn't get any more than this. Last video, I got into some stuff. This video, I'm not going to get into some stuff. I didn't really get into any stuff. It's just, oh, and good news. I figured out how to access the map. I looked it up. I didn't make much of an effort to try really to do that in the last video. So yeah, right now I'm going for the optional objective of like sabotaging the motor pool, I guess, and disrupting communications is #1 now, if I can only figure out. So is that's selected now or not? I assume that deselected it. If you can't tell, my health is fucking not doing great. That shot should be covered up by the sound of the broadcast. I think that's the first time I've successfully done that. Okay. I don't know, did I say that my health is super low? But yeah, my health is super low. I'm kind of stuck out here without any health kits, any bandages. Health kits, med kits. What the hey was that? That was not loud enough, seems, that broadcast. What was that? What was up with that dude? It wasn't even looking through the scope. And now I have to relocate. I took a bit more than a 5-minute break. I took a break like over New Year's. Just chilled for New Year's Eve. Didn't play any games or do anything really. Like, I just hung out, had a good time with family, people I care about. And now it's back to ghosting the fuck out of these Nazis, trying to not make gameplay last for fucking ever. See if I can keep this ghost business going, huh? Not loud enough? From hearing like guns getting fired in real life, I don't think, I mean, if a sound is loud enough to cover up gunfire, it would be loud enough to cover it up from like a large through like a large area. It'd be like a booming loud sound, like artillery gunfire or something like that. Seems plausible that would be able to cover that. It would be able to cover up the sound of a rifle being fired. But as you can see now, I don't know if the broadcasts have to reach a certain volume for it to cover up my gunfire. But from my experience, like moving a few meters away from the sound source should not make a difference in like masking it. I don't know if it's the ghost thing getting in the way or whatever. If you can see, that shit's not covering up my shots anymore. It's not loud enough because I moved a little bit away from it. It seems like it's just the same few, like, broadcasts over and over again. If I was a German soldier, I'd get fucking sick of listening to that shit. I'd be like, can we put on a waltz or like a good polka or something? It's not gonna cover it up. Rockman has become one with the rocks. Just a little shuffle, I think, is due here. Can't see an immediate point of entry to this tower. I've been noticing that I've been, like, kind of not getting into sniper nests. Wherever there's, like, a gun with a helmet on top of it, a rifle with a helmet on top of it, it's not a rifle I can pick up like I initially assumed. It's something that's known as a sniper's nest. And I'm not fully, like, 100 on what that is. I assume it's just a position I can get into where it'll be beneficial for me to fire from it or whatever. But as far as I can see, as far as I can, it might as well be like a challenge mode or whatever, where I'm just like, Nazis start flooding my position and I have to shoot them. I feel like that would really, really break immersion in a game like this. And there's how I ascend to the top of that tower. But I don't know. I have no real way of telling, as I've not gotten into any of them. I've been kind of not noticing a lot of the contextual prompts in this game. I'm gonna try to get better at that. And now I'm gonna try to relocate by ascending. That looks like that little like scope mark there on the door. Looks like it's labeling a sniper's nest. At least I seem to recall those symbols being present next to the guns with the helmets propped on top of them, marking a sniper's nest. And there you have that.
Could mask my shot.
Yeah, I know, guy. I've been doing that. There's a few like etchings in the wall, like a kill count thingy. Oh yeah, Gargano. That's how I'm gonna pronounce that gun. Yeah, I'm gonna exchange my Mosin Nagant for that. Oh fuck. Oh cool, cool. I thought that it was specific ammunition for the specific guns, but it looks like we're good. I'm just gonna go down and plant a trip mine at the entry point of this. Maybe shoot some Nazis. Yeah, stun gun has 6 bullets in it. Not going to be very reliable. I have a tendency to use like 20 bullets on each Nazi. Not a trip mines, but like a normal mine should be more than sufficient. Thank God I don't trigger those myself. I seem to remember in Zombie Army stepping on my own mines and that not being a good thing for me. Oh, what was I saying? Yeah, it has all of the kind of markings of a sniper. Yeah, and there we have the helmet. So if you check out now, X, enter sniper's nest. Never done this before. This is pretty interesting. Now I'm just waiting for that speaker to pipe up a bit. I think they're pretty close to my position now. So I should keep an eye out on my 6 and just, yeah. Okay, that's about what entering a sniper's nest does. It just moves a few of, like, the surrounding crates or whatever to create a good vantage point for me to go prone. Let the others draw him out. Not seeing any other Nazis I can shoot here. The Carcano, I think, or however you pronounce it, the Carcano, the Gargano, is far preferable to the Mosin Nagant. Even if the Mosin Nagant is one hell of a rifle, this has a higher rate of fire, and I think at least like 1 or 2 more bullets in the chamber. I have a feeling that's gonna do me a bit better than the Mosin did. And like, pardon me if I'm mispronouncing the name of the Mosin Nagant. I don't know how. The Mosin, I have no idea, right? Oh, alright, we good. Whoa. Couldn't really get him there. That might be my health kit over there. At least there's a piece of dynamite there. Fuck. Not a good spot here. No health kits picked up from that. Ah, shit. I'm gonna stand up. He was like, hold up, guys. Hold up. I just got shot with a rifle. Something's going on here. Wind did a pretty drastic change there. Fuck. That'll help me out a bit. Oh, fuck me. I angle it too high. Fuck. That one loud enough? And if you watched any of my previous gameplay, you know I'm just eager to squeeze one off on these. That should have covered up my shop, the sound of that speaker. Sound masked, yeah. Well, at least it's giving me plentiful feedback on what's going on with my shots and how it works. Just New Year's Eve's fireworks still going off. And it's not New Year's anymore. Here in Norway, we love ourselves some fireworks. You'll just see them going off, like, consistently after New Year's. People get their ability to, like, they get the option to buy some fireworks. They're gonna, like, fucking stock up on that shit and just be, like, shooting fireworks for, like, the whole of January. I guess when in doubt, pull the knocks out. It's what I always say. To the point where it gets annoying. People are like, shut up about the binoculars, guy. We're in doubt, but we're in doubt about different things. Binoculars are not going to sort anything. Actually, have a pair of kind of really powerful binoculars. I used to like kind of people watching from my previous apartment. Kind of creepy, I know. But I used to just like look around like in the streets and stuff. They have like what is it called, the coating that they put on lenses. That is kind of like gives them like a red reflective sheen. I think it's to ward off sunlight, similar to how like sunglasses will be covered with the same kind of like reflective coating. But anyway, it was night and I was like looking out of my window with my binoculars because I was pretty young and this was before I discovered the wonders of like weed and alcohol. So I had a lot of free time, a lot of spare time. I was just looking around. And all of a sudden, I kind of just noticed that someone was like in their apartment looking straight at me. And I immediately got like super creeped out. So I didn't like just, you know, close my curtains. But I realized that that was like going back to that person like tenfold what I was feeling. Because they were just immediately closing their curtains. And I don't think I did much people watching after that. I think that kind of like, I realized that people could very clearly see the little like red dots or like the red shining reflection from my binocular lenses. I felt like a real fucking like a potential serial killer ass creeper. Just looking into people's homes. Alright, let's play this a bit more careful. Let's have us a save. It's the first save of 2018. Let's herald in the new year with some dead Nazis. And some dynamite. And some mines, yeah. Have to admire the interior decorating the Germans did here. There's a hidden MP40. In the case of everything going wrong, we need a plan B. There's a hidden MP40 under the table there. But it's the Americans come, Hans. And we have run out of all of our bullets. I have hidden a machine gun under the table. And I want you to promise to bring that machine gun to me and I will... I don't know what I'm doing here. It was just kind of strange.
Besser als sie da draußen hören zu müssen. Hast du mitgekriegt, wie laut die Dinger sind?
Yeah. Man, that's true. I mean, like, I've been saying how this game kind of like paints the Nazis in a weird light. Oh. But it does like an alright job of like humanizing them as well. And I should be good with this 1 bar of health. As long as I don't stay in enemy fire, it'll regenerate pretty quickly. I need to do a pretty heavy relocation here to get myself clear. I should search their bodies. Have I gotten any ammunition for my stun gun? Because I always feel like changing to the MP40 isn't such a bad idea. It's a pretty, like, thorough weapon. It gets the job done, right? I mean, there seems to be plentiful ammunition for the submachine guns, the MP40s, but... I don't know. I mean, it might just be, like... Allied war story. Delaying tactics. These might be dangerous thoughts, but today I felt respect for the Germans. On the approach of Benghazi, we had a German squad on the run. The only problem was a mad sergeant on their side. He hunkered down with a few men and held us up so the rest could escape. Even when he was the only one left, he didn't surrender. I threw the grenade that got him in the end, but I don't feel like much of a hero. Huh. Props, Sniper Elite, for being like, hey man, everybody was just out here, like, taking care of their peeps and their pops. No, like, genuinely, that has me kind of, like, a little bit touched. Because, I mean, like, these people were just fucking people, man. You hear some really, really, like, touching stories from these times. People carrying, like, dying men for like just really, really far distances, just listening to them like gradually bleed out and die and just trying their best to keep their friends alive. So a lot of stuff like that. People like step up to duty and purpose in a way that step up to duty. In a way that is maybe like a bit alien to people like me living in the conveniences and like comforts of the society that I live in. Like, I have a hard time imagining anyone dying for their country, or what that even means to be even to be a traitor to one's country. It doesn't seem like it carries the same like gravity to me that it must have done to people back then when things like that meant something. And like I talked about in the last video, you had like being like a nationalist carried a lot more weight back then. It meant a lot more stuff that was kind of like really heinous, and there was gray areas like group hysteria. Like people would allow themselves to do terrible things to other human beings, kind of not even like using politics as an excuse, but maybe genuinely feeling like pressured or oh man, what's going on here? Feeling pressured or feeling like their lives was not in danger, but that more things were at stake or more things were like jeopardized than what we feel today. And I mean, like, it's hard to navigate I want to say political climate, but maybe like a social climate or whatever, and to have like consistent opinions about human beings in our like information age or whatever. You can read a lot of things. Everyone's opinions are being like publicly made available, and kind of anything that happens will be covered by a newspaper, or things that do happen won't be covered by a newspaper because they're not considered as relevant as things that might not have a directly positive influence on people's perspective on other people. I I don't think it's as easy to segregate as it once was. It's not as easy to justify being a mean person. But maybe I'm wrong about that. It's just really hard for me to imagine. It's, I guess it's something that I admire in a game like this when it just bridges some sort of gray area, right? See if I can hit this dynamite here. Maybe go prone. That's gonna help me, my accuracy a little bit. I feel like covering up my shot might be a little bit to my benefit here, but at the same time, I don't think it's that important at this point. I think any Nazi that can, like, get at me has been got. Nice! Oh, that was both of them. Oh! I don't think I can pick up the dynamite I placed again. But heck, I'll go and have a look. Oh no, I think that was clearly it. And that's that side objective completed. And shouldn't there be either down there in the little, like, what would I call it? Not a bunker, but the little, like, earth basement, whatever, where I shot those 2 Nazis with my silenced semi-auto. Yeah, because it's not here. I don't think I disabled the broadcast here. Yeah, the wire is running over to this building. Okay. So that's my next thing that I'm gonna do. Search that corpse. I've yet to really check what kind of, like, damage is done to their the models of the German soldiers, because it's clear to see what the function of the kill cam, the slow motion showing, like, the insides of the human beings getting all, like, mangled up by my bullet. It's clear to see what kind of gameplay purpose that has, and, like, kind of giving you a feedback on where your shots are landing and how you're kind of hitting enemies. Even if it is very grotesque and macabre, which I don't mind at all. Am I destroying this, or am I just disrupt communications? It's that easy, boys. And Goyles. But yeah, I remember in Red Dead Redemption, when you would shoot a guy, like, kind of like you would see their skull or, like, part of their body open up from, like, the bullet trajectory. You would get a more clear impression on the actual model, an entry and exit wound, which I don't think you get here. And I can see that from, like, a hardware point of view or whatever, that would be kind of harder to do than do the isolated kill cams or whatever, which still look, like, very impressive, and, like, it would be like, it's a demanding enough on hardware, I guess is what I want to say. But a part of me is kind of like, it would be interesting to see entry and exit wounds, or, like, what's happening on the kill cams reflect on the like, soldier models. Like, it don't even seem like I do much to, like, mangle up their helmets or anything. Have you ever thought about that? How having a bullet bounce off your helmet, or, like, in medieval warfare, like having a mace or something, like, hit your full plate mail helmet, and just having it, like, the metal kind of, like, morph or, like, stick into you to the point where you can't get it off again, and, like, you're just bleeding from a head wound, or, like, the piece of metal is kind of, like, just stuck or, like, pressing close to your head like it's in a vice. And it's just like, we can't call for the jaws of life air, buddy. It's just like a guy with his feet on your shoulders just pulling at the fucking helmet. And watch me, pro gameplay. Now I'm gonna be like, let's have a look on the map here. What's going on? So I assume I've already got, like, a clear point of exfiltration here. Oop. Still warming up to the Carcano. Oh. But immediately you can see the rate of fire is higher. Yup. Pretty sure those structures over there are huge, like, birdhouses. I don't know if that's, like, me being, like, completely ignorant, but I think that's what they are. They look really cool either way. They look, they almost look a little bit spooky to me. Hey, but maybe, I wouldn't mind that much being a bird and living in one of those houses. They're pretty decent. Real estate for birds. It's free real estate. This is a message to birds. There's bird feed. There's like a peg stick. There's holes that you can crawl into. It's right here. It's just, you just have to come and live. It's free real estate for you. It's for the birds. Radio tower of some sort up ahead. Contextual button telling me that I can emerge. Oh, got myself some bandages. I'm just gonna hold off on that until I actually really need it. So I've been a bit like gung-ho about just slapping on these fucking bandages. Like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys with the nicotine patches, just covering myself head to toe with bandages. There, I think I have him. Or is that just a flower? Let me know if this footage is too bright, because it looked alright to me. Yeah, but I don't know really for a fact. I was like worried about turning it down too much, because the darkness would all of a sudden, the shadow areas would all of a sudden get too dark. And this seemed like a good, like, balanced setting. I think it is supposed to be relatively bright. I mean, like, the sun has this, like, flare to it that I think is supposed to mess with my line of sight. I'm going. I'm not doing good if I get shot now. Oh god, that was close one. Let's just hang out here for a bit. See if I can get just a little bit of like some wonky ass cover I got going here, but seems like if nothing else it's gonna fuck with their line of sight. And I'm back to one square of health. Which I don't really mind. It seems that that's the main thing that's encouraging me to play this game like how it's supposed to be played. Mines, no trip mines. Got some S mines here. I haven't really had a good opportunity to use the vehicle. S mines, I think, are for vehicles. Probably mainly tanks. They would be useful against. Ain't no enjoyments in that tower. All right. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. That's a good German. Oh, a good war boy. Oh yeah, there we go. Go prone. That's gonna be a dick shot if anything. Yup. Couldn't have been better, I feel. That was almost in like between his eyes. My only real like point to relocate to is further back. Oh man, I didn't mean to enter bullet time there. God damn it. That was just a little bit like a piece of shit move, but hey, I'm pinned down here real fucking good. Wait, what? Yeah, that's just fire. That's all of the trucks? Oh man, start using the D-pad. Yeah, definitely need to learn to use the D-pad more often. Sorry about this. Let's just have a few shots at this guy. Pass through him and go into the truck. Man, it looks like Lady Luck is like by bottom B. Like she's just hanging out. Jesus Christ. I mean, like, Lady Luck, thank you. I didn't know we were going steady. Like, by all means, you change up, like, your shoelaces and everything to reflect, like, our love and compassion for each other. But I didn't realize that we were, like, going steady. It's just, yeah, sorry, I just didn't realize. I'm happy to court you. All right. Yeah, slap on a bandage. We deserved it. We did good, boys. And girls. God damn it. The girls were there too. Should I just like default like one of those like RPG books and just being like, we did good, girls? It seems a bit strange to me to just be like, girls, am I right? Human beings of the female persuasion sure be killing Nazis today. Oh, oh. Whoa! That bandage did not help me out there. I was thinking like maybe I should save. And now Lady Luck is cheating on me with a Nazi. Oh well. Yep. I'm not gonna badmouth her. She might come around. Testicle shot. Didn't mean to do that, guy. I'm sorry. Calling me a Schweinhund was like really. That's I deserve that. I guess I just keep getting booty calls from Lady Luck here. Lady Luck is drunk. She had a night out. She struck out with every handsome dude on the dance floor, and now she's like texting me like, "What are you doing? You're shooting Nazis. You want to come over?" Good luck driving these cars. Yeah, okay. Put bandages down there, didn't I? So I'll just warming up my D-pad fingers there. We good. I think, yeah, no weapon wheels. Weapon wheels are not allowed. For now, we're gonna do the D-pads. The D-pad, boys. You see me? Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, up there. Throw down. Oh shit, oh shit. It's gonna bite me in the ass, that is. Like that, lens flare, sun glare. I think that's supposed to be that intense. If you can see the sun through that, I think our brightness levels are alright. Though as far as I've been able to like gleam from this shit, it's the settings on my capturing card does affect the HDMI output here, so if anything it might be a little bit dark, but either the sun is setting or it's rising. We're getting all that good twilight. Come on. Whoa! What is this, Quake 3 guy? Why did you pull out a rocket launcher on me? All of our guns are loaded and good to go. Well, at least the blood sprays liberally when I shoot them. Like, that's some blood on the leaves, right? Oh! Still have 20 more bullets. That's 20 bullets going into you. You fascist devil. Oh, close to falling off there. I'm getting a distinct impression that not even fascists like fascists these days. But I guess no one wants to be like called a fascist. Like fucking Westminster Baptist Church or whatever are just like Obama is a monkey and a Nazi, and it's like, fucking pick a side, guy. Like, you're pretty consistent with the whole, like, God hates, like, gay people. Why can't you just be, like, consistent with your weird racist stuff? Oh, those people seem, like, mentally ill as shit. You know what? I'm feeling lucky. And a part of me is almost like, would it be the most clever to put the rock down there? Because I've been, that's been like, I've not utilized that to the degree that I should. It's a bit more cumbersome to throw them than it is in like Stalker or Far Cry, but might do me favors there. So I keep forgetting to use it, so let's see if this yields any results. Probably won't. I can see them clearly on my minimap, so if I throw it farther, maybe I can get them to move closer. I think maybe at this point, with the relocation meter the way it is, they're not gonna move from a rock. I think they'll just be like, that doesn't sound like a grenade. I think we're good, boys. If anything, that'll have them turn around. Hey. You know what? Relocating never hurt anyone. Oscar Mike. I was thinking about you, Oscar Mike. Yeah, that was the thing I should have been doing all this time.
È vicino, lo sento.
State allerta.
È da qualche parte qui.
Controllate lì.
Just a bit hesitant to squeeze that one off. Worked out for me all right. I mean, a dead Nazi is one less Nazi to worry about. Unlocked another sniper. That makes me feel fucking like, that's good. It makes me feel nice about these promotions. And like anyone who's holding out for me being like, Nazi, Nazi, I did not see that Nazi, then yeah, I guess that was what you got there. It's gonna get tired really fast if I start relying on punts like that. What do you call a blind German fascist? A piece of shit that can't see. Oh. Uno, dos, tres. Kidney shot. I hope you didn't need that to filter out the toxins in whatever horrible water source you're drinking from. Oh man, he probably did. Now I feel like a piece of shit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh shit. Yeah, okay. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh man. Be quick or be dead. And I'm neither, surprisingly enough. Please don't run on my... you know what? Picking that fucker up. Mines are all fun and games, but... No, wait. Is that dude closing in on my position? He is. Let's just get away before he blows himself up, then. They are so reluctant to just clear that little corner there. To clear it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna double back and just pick up my mine. So you never know when you'll need a mine in a pinch.
Durchkämmt das ganze Gebiet.
Oh fuck.
Wachsam bleiben.
Hmm. Alright. Kind of getting a little bit of a footing on how this works now. Are the stealth mechanics. They're fast, they're loose. I'm enjoying the fuck out of them. I cannot say I'm not. Next shot? No, it's gonna be lower than that. No, I was pretty on the money there. Yeah, that's a good little relocation there. Not exactly how you're getting compliments from the master, but... Kind of reminding me a little bit of Attack on Titan, those anatomy thingies. I don't watch that show at all. I watched the first episode with a friend of mine, and I didn't much care for it. And I really like me some grim dark anime. I even tried watching like Terraformers. Didn't care much for that show either. I watched like 8 episodes of it. I was enjoying like the uncensored violence or whatever, but then it just got a bit like too fucking. I mean, if you like that show, fucking enjoy yourself. Watch that show. It's like cockroaches on Mars. I'm all for it. Anyone who's watched me play any video game, the moment it gets into something like that, I'm just like, oh, fucking yeah. I think I would enjoy that way more as a video game than I did as an anime. Because just watching every single character have, like, it was my dark backstory, and then it was my dark backstory, and now that my backstory's done, I'm gonna die. Goodbye. It just stopped having any real, like, meaning to me after the 8th episode. It was just really, like, it's irking me. But I guess, like, I really, really enjoy anything that's Gaunt. Even the anime that had, like, that shitty fucking ending. Really, really terribly just ham-fisted last arc to that. Really fucking enjoyed it. Not the last part of it. The new Gaunt Zero movie. Fucking, oh yeah. Loved me the Berserk movies. Even like the anime. Even if everyone was like, the CG is terrible. And I was like, yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from there. The fucking camera's going everywhere. It's just so weird. Like, they really, really wanted to show off every single part of those fucking models. And, like, shit keeps, like, popping in and out. Like, what would you call it? I almost want to say set dressing, but it's not really that. It's, like, I guess I'll, like, try to illustrate it. In, like, one scene, you have, like, a whole kind of, like, coven or, like, a sabbath of devil worshippers or whatever, heretics. And they're getting, like, swarmed by these crusader-like holy knights. And there's, like, a bunch of them. There's, like, 40 or 50. That might be a slight exaggeration. There's, like, a lot of men. 20, 30, like, soldiers swarming their position. They're all running away and stuff. And then a huge, like, goat demon thing is there. And, like, the main character is fighting the goat demon. And during that fight, like, in the background, you can clearly see, like, at least as far as I remember, correct me if I'm wrong on this, the kind of, like, elevation or descent that the Crusader people are coming down, or the Holy Knights. Clearly visible, no people there, it's just all of a sudden this barren, it feels like a boss arena. Like, everything around it just kind of suddenly disappeared, and we're just focusing on these two human beings. No, this one human being and this, demon. But I really liked it. I just to the point where I like found it emotionally engaging. But I really like Berserk. It's a really, really good manga. I recommend anyone who likes to read comics, likes some like grim dark stuff, check it out. It's I really like it. I think it's very well written. Yeah, the Gaunt Zero, the new CG movie, people were like, the dialogue is terrible. I think you can kind of see I was just too busy being excited about everything to... It's the closest thing I feel like you'll get to an accurate depiction of kind of how the EDF games feel to me. And boy howdy, like, boys and girls, we're getting to a survival note. I'm gonna finish what I was saying after this. Survival notes. Enemy snipers. Watch out for snipers in elevated positions as you move through areas held by the enemy. They may be well concealed with camouflage and at careful chosen vantage points. Use your binoculars to scout ahead from a safe location. If all else fails, the glint of their scope will be the surest way to find them, though by then it may be too late. Found the note about the grills on the cars very useful. It was the one thing that kind of gave me a strong impression I should keep shooting at them after the grills were destroyed. I just assumed there was the bullet going through. But yeah, boys and girls, we're getting 2 new EDF games this year, seemingly. And I could not be more excited for either one of them. I mean, like, even the one that's, like, set in... I think it's set in America, and it's, like, way more serious in tone. Which is kind of like the weird like cheesy B movie sci-fi like 50s. They came from the desert vibe was kind of what I liked about those games. Beyond, you know, like the actual gameplay. I enjoyed that. I thought it was funny. They've kind of stripped that down. But I'm so into those games that even then I was just like watching the trailer being like, yes, we have to protect the Earth. The EDF deploys. Yeah, really fucking like stoked about those games. It's gonna be sick and handsome. Oh shit. Oh, fuck, run. We haven't saved for this guy. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, fudge. Not stoked about that. There were so many more dead Nazis here when I was last here. Have I at least gone through? Because the Carcano is not doing awesome with ammunition. So we're heading back up to that hill. We're gonna deal with all this stuff, don't you worry. Definitely at some point gonna let's play Earth Defense Force. Probably the 4.1 one before I'm doing the new ones. I don't really have the Skrilla, the pocket change just rumbling around for copying those games at launch. But knowing me, I probably will. I mean, I bought that game like 2 times. One for the Xbox 360 and one for the PlayStation 4. Just so I could get, like, I mean, the change, the visual changes from the Earth Defense Force 4 for the Xbox 360 to Earth Defense Force 4.1. It was astounding. Like, I mean, they added, like, kaijus and, like, giant mechs and stuff. But I was more excited about, like, just better lighting effects. And, more leaves on the foliage. All of a sudden, maps that I was, like, really, familiar with became kind of like new and exciting to me, because like a park that previously was just kind of like a strip of grass or like this square little like thing with a fountain in the middle of it was now covered by foliage, and it really changed the whole game for me. It's kind of like the video game equivalent of going ham on your little brother's train set. Just like getting your action figures all like laid down and being like, goosh, goosh. Oh, and then Godzilla shows up and everything. It's really fun. A lot of cool different classes. Like Wing Diver is my ship. Because the insects can't fly. So that's how we get them. With the Wing Divers. And also speed is life. What is it he says? The Valkyries of the battlefield? It's just ridiculous. It's really, really fun. The Wing Divers. Oh man, Wing Divers are like flying units. There's 4 units in Earth Defense Force. If you like video games, YouTube Earth Defense Force. It's a really cool game. It gets my like seal of approval. Quickly save here. I'm gonna cut it short with talking about Earth Defense Force pretty soon, but just enjoying the next one that seemingly they'll drop, which seems to be like a even more heavily modified version of like the game assets they were working on with Earth Defense 4.1, which I guess will be Earth Defense Force 5. Is they've added dodge moves and like stuff that makes your player character seem even more tethered to like the surroundings, which is kind of like the one fault maybe you could level against Earth Defense Force outside of Insect Armageddon, which I still enjoyed. I still liked that game, but it was garbage compared to the other ones. Yeah, they're a bit floaty. The characters don't always feel like they have as much kind of like physics going into them. Fuck right over his head. And we're good, right? But yeah, the new iterations, having the normal... God, this is not going to make too much sense to anyone who doesn't play Earth Defense Force. It's just more units are able to do more things, like summon vehicles and stuff, so you're not as confined to different classes for different stuff. Because, I mean, I love playing me a Wing Diver. Fucking Air Raider all the way. I've completed 4.1 2 times, going on 3 times at this point. And that's Wing Diver and Air Raider. I tried playing as the Fencer. Didn't really tickle my fancy as much as the Ranger, I have to say. Even though, like, dual wielding huge swords and, like, it's pretty fun. Feels a little bit like playing Dark Souls with full Havel, but it's just not as conductive to the gameplay for the reasons that I've already mentioned, that the characters don't seem as kind of physically tethered to their environment. So getting just swarmed by bugs and being confined to, like, melee weapons or, like, you'll just have kind of the models of the insects running through you and stuff. So I'm eager to see if that's going to be more, just adding some, like, more useful dodge moves to that class would be pretty great. It'd be nice if the different, like, ways of avoiding enemy fire or ascending to, like, higher ground and stuff, using jetpacks and stuff for the Fencer. Huge robot guy. That was a bit more like that it wasn't dependent on what weapons and loadout you chose, but that you had them all kind of available right from the start would make it feel like a bit less of a slog playing that character. Yeah, fucking enough Earth Defense Force. Sorry if that was just a bunch of jibble jabble to anyone watching this, just being like, what is a Fencer? Is he talking about medieval knights? I don't... Kind of. They look a little bit like they're wearing full plate armor. Just look up Earth Defense Force. It's... Even if you don't like it, just look at it. It looks pretty cool, right? Gosh dang it, just look at Earth Defense Force. Come on, guy. I'm just gonna save again, because, Halfaya Pass, it's really been a lot of ass. Am I right? There's an hour of me not even getting this shit. Just fucking getting to the bonus objectives and getting them done. How long does, like, a shot have to be for it to be considered a long shot? Can I drop down here, or is that gonna... Huh, I can't drop down here. Let's have a look at our map, then. So that's been a lifesaver so far. Oh, yeah, okay, so I think I'm seeing where I have to go here. They do look a little bit like they're placed outside of my field of movement, though, doesn't it? L1. No, that was R1, you dingus. Oh, okay. I don't really care that much about the collectibles, so they've been cool so far. They've been illuminating enough without actually being, like, historically illuminating. So, I can totally deal with that one up there by just sniping it, can I? But part of me feels like I should be able to drop down here. Talking about Attack on Titan, though, like I started off doing, did not really, like, care too much for the anime. My brief exposure to it, it just seemed like a lot of, like, Naruto with a bit more grimdark. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, there's just nothing really in it for me. I mean, I watched Full Metal Alchemist. Haven't read the manga yet, but, like, that's about as far as I got into, like, that school of... I really like Full Metal Alchemist. Really like Brotherhood. I mean, you get to a certain age, there's a limit to how much anime you can be like, oh, it's good. This is what I like to watch. It's the characters talking for ages, and then it's a whole episode about the guy, and then the guy dies, and now I feel sad. Let's move on with the story. Oh, man, yeah, that might not be that accurate. But yeah, that Attack on Titan video game, though, fucking considered getting that. Didn't. I was just like, this looks like a whole lot of Dynasty Warrior, where I'm going to be, like, enjoying myself a lot for the first few missions, and then I'm just going to be like, I don't give a shit anymore. This is just the same thing over and over again, and I'm not, like, not the guy to be like S rank everything unless I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. In that case, I'm just like, fucking balls to the wall, sweating bullets, being like, just have to ass rank this. Give me a good rank, Ocelot. I'm your guy here. Put me on a mission. Fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 had child soldiers. I commend any game to like engage with some like a certain point of like real world. This seems like it would be a thing, right? Can't vault the fucking anything out of that. Let's have a look at the map here. There's some. Does lead to a different point of the map? No, it doesn't. This is where I came from. I might have to run around to ascend. Just, yeah, bear with me as I'm going through these things. We earned ourselves a bandage, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, yeah. I feel like I'm doing just as good with one slot of health as I am with full up health, so I'm not that worried. Yeah, it's stopping me in my tracks. I guess I can't actually descend into the Halfaya Pass, but I'm excited for the next mission after this one. Well, I'll be taking on an internment camp. Wolfenstein New Order, right? It's Wolfenstein the Old Blood, Wolfenstein the New Order, and the new one is called Wolfenstein the Big Colossus. Wolfenstein the New Colossus. Not, I have it. Bought that shit. Was gonna let's play it, but yeah, I think like I'm gonna run through the checklist of stuff I have to let's play here. Doing Sniper Elite first, and I think Hotline Miami is pretty high on the list of like stuff I want to let's play. Maybe I can get my long shots in here. But yeah, gonna do Sniper Elite 4 too if this goes well. And how the fuck do I get up there though? It's my main concern. Wolfenstein, Assassin's Creed Origins. Been looking forward to playing that game for quite a while. I'm gonna do like what I've decided to call my Let's Get Lost series on that, where I just fuck around in open world games for ages. Probably not that watchable to anyone, but it's really fun to me to do them. And who is the fucking man with the sniper? I blew up all the guys, did all the missions, one bullet. That's all it took me. Now let's watch as I go back to just sucking a fat one at this shit. Alrighty then. So use that sniper's nest. No more Germans, no more Krauts. Maybe I should stop calling them. I mean, they are Germans, but we've already been like, hey, they were all just like scared young men, except for like Heinrich Himmler and people like that. I would mean like garbage human being much. I'm gonna sew two twins together and they will be Siamese twins. It's like, dude, what? The fuck are you? Why are you doing this? It's for science. Dude, you're a fucking chicken farmer. You're not a scientist. I am so a scientist. I'm gonna sew these two twins together and they're not gonna die for a while. Am I wrong? In my recollection that he also used to like pack rooms full of people and then throw hand grenades into them, then administering paracetamol or aspirin or something to the like burnt out husks of like human beings that were still alive in there to just see if it had any effect. I mean, like, I know that like a lot of like wartime science like that had an actual, like, man, saying beneficial here is not choosing my words properly, but it like, it gave, like, medical science raw data to work on, I think. I mean, like, fucking, those, like, North Korean internment camps where they just gas people to death, like, so fucked up. You want to hear, like, the most messed up thing ever? They'll, like, put families in a room and then they'll, like, start gassing them. I don't know if this is happening right now, but I think it was a North Korean internment, and maybe, like, no, probably not Chinese, probably North Korean. Not trying to bag on Korean or, like, Chinese people here. Like, that has nothing to do with it. Your nationality does not, like, make you anything. But yeah, when the gas would enter the room and the people inside it would start to notice the effects, they would realize what was happening. And in an attempt to, like, save their children from their inevitable fate, they would start to, like, breathe into their children's mouths in an attempt to, like, to steal their oxygen, the greedy parents know, in an attempt to keep their children alive for just a bit longer. How fucking, like, I mean, our boundless capacity for cruelty, right? Just for some, the Japanese guys and the man behind the sun burying the baby in the snow. Just to be like, yeah, let's see what happens. It's crying a lot. Let's bury it in snow. Fucking, Heinrich Himmler, as far as I know, he just did garbage shit like that. Trying to sew, like, identical twins together to see whether or not he can make Siamese twins. Great scientist, great one of the brightest human beings out there, right? Oh shit. Yeah, I have to hit that guy. I have to hit that guy too. Get up here. It's gonna shoot rockets at you. And that's the time to run. That's the time to run. He sees me. Relocate. They're shooting rockets. Oh, I'm so worried. I'm so worried. That's what I get for talking about depressing shit like that. It's World War II, people. It's the reason why we're fighting the good fight out here. Out here in Africa. Just an American Navy SEAL guy. And, like, what he's saying, as far as I can remember from hearing, like, stories about people's, kind of, like, ancestors, I guess, but people's relatives who served during the war. British people, that is, though, but, like, the American, like, I don't know if they were Navy SEALs, they were, like, paratroopers or whatever, the guys who would do shit like this, go behind enemy lines and stuff. They were fucking terrifying to other allied soldiers. Like, they were just some hard-ass motherfuckers. I don't really feel, these are stories that have been, like, divulged to me personally. So, I mean, again, like, I don't know how much of it is, like, true, and I don't really have that many details. So I'm not going to divulge, like, any specifics about whose ancestors did what. But a lot of people were just, like, hanging out doing normal shit, right? Just, like, making sure that the boys were having a good time, like, just you were out in the base in, like, the desert. It's like a lot of like time to just kick around and have a good time with people. But when the American, like, GIs, or it's not GI, when the paratrooper guys or whatever, the special soldiers would come through, people were, like, genuinely scared of them, because they would just cut a German boy from, like, his dick to his fucking neck. They would not give a shit. They would be some fucking really, like, hard motherfuckers. Who would not take shit from any, like, a German guy, like, a prisoner of war or whatever. A lot of, like, the just, like, the dudes there, or, like, British, American, I don't really know, but I assume most of them were, like, British. Would just kind of be like, hey, it's just a dude. Even if he's like, oh, the Germans will win and you will call to the... We don't really give a shit. He's, like, in a prison cell. It's just like, whatever. We'll throw him like a bear or whatever. Let's give him some sauerkraut, am I right? Fuck him. The Americans, though, they would just be like, let me stab him. He said some shit about me. Fuck that dude. Let me stab him. Not saying like that isn't understandable on some level. No, it isn't really to me. I mean, I'm way more in the camp of like, let's give him a bottle of beer. Fuck him. He's in there like a caged gorilla. Let's just like humor him, right? I guess after like, which leads me on to another kind of point or whatever. That guy did not look like a nice guy. Let's get him. Nope. There we go. Didn't look at the wind direction or whatever. Oh, fuck you. Fuck you so much. I hope I hit your rocket as you're trying to load your fucking rocket launcher, you dumb asshole. Ah, well, I'll take that any day. Enemy at the Gates. Don't remember too much about that movie. Any munitions, any conveniently placed thing I can use to blow that thing up? Yeah, of course, of course. I'm gonna run and get the rocket launcher and then shoot that at it. Don't remember too much about the Enemy at the Gates movie. I watched it when I was pretty young. Young enough that it was like a movie my parents rented. And I just kind of watched it sitting like in the same room as them. Like in between playing video games and stuff as a kid. That's a heavy duty piece of machinery. And I'm running a bit slower. I can't sprint with it. Oh man. No, I can't sprint. I was just like, my dreams have come true. This is pretty, that's pretty fierce. I like that. Remember, anyone who's watched Enemy at the Gates, remember Ron Perlman's character from that movie? I don't too much, but I think he's like supposed to be a Russian sniper or something. I think a lot of the people in that movie are Russian. I think it's like a Russian guys getting sent to. Okay. Well, I guess I can talk more about Enemy at the Gates now. Either way, dude is like, there's about, I think it's about like a young guy who's like exceptionally good at shooting, so they send him out like to Berlin or something. And not really gonna speculate any further. Ron Perlman's character is this hard ass fucking dude, like this fucking killer, like just a murderous human being. And he has no like qualms about like what I said, like just cutting a guy up because he's a fucking German. Oh man, blow up that truck. He shows the main character that he has like silver teeth or like iron teeth or something. And he's like, oh, that is blowed up. And he's talking about how it's something the Germans did to him. Oh man, no rockets anywhere, huh? I feel like I'm missing something here. That they tortured him, they pulled his teeth out. As far as I remember, he's like scarred to shit. It'd be interesting if our main character was more like that, wouldn't it? If he had like a very personal reason to go about doing the things that he's doing. Because I don't know, but I just assume that a guy like this would have more reason to sneak around German troops than he would shooting them like I do. Because I have pretty direct, like, heavy incentives or whatever to kill every human being that I come across, because it helps me level up and, like, unlock sniper rifles. Let's see how far I can throw a grenade. Fucking aiming that rocket launcher like a baby. And if he was like all kind of torn to shit with scars all across his face, like just that he maybe if I played Sniper Elite 1 and 2, there'd be some sort of backstory to this guy that would make me just like he'd have that Doom guy presence or that Gordon Freeman presence immediately, where I don't really need him to say anything to be like, oh yeah, I know what's up here. like the actions of the previous games have spoken more than any like backstory it ever could. I would find it a bit more like kind of believable or whatever what was going on here. Not believable, but like I'd be a bit more engaged maybe. Yup. Fuck me. Just gonna have a quick save and then I guess I'm rooting around an enemy base looking for rockets. So there's gonna be like an edit here. Just quickly gonna see if I can spot anything here though. Alright, it was that simple. And we're done. God damn it. Took me long enough. What is that? 3 hours of Halfaya Pass? Turns out I didn't actually have to edit that. Well, I mean, like, anyone would be like, you should edit the shit out of these. And I'm just like, yeah, not doing that. Sorry. This is the show. I'm kind of fine with no one watching it for that reason. Oh, no, I mean, like and subscribe. But, like, in a funnier way. Like, hey, the Bust Army, why don't you smash that like button? And I've hidden, my jokes will pertain to Amazon, will give you hints about how to get Amazon gift cards for $5, and I'm gonna give away, a bootleg iPhone from China that I got off eBay. I'm gonna give it to one of my friends. Make them watch the fucking video and just like give all of that shit to them. Like fucking Stitches with what was it, 100,000? He was gonna give a fan 100,000 and then the fan was, oh no, he's gonna give his fan like a chain worth 100,000 or something. And the fan was like, yeah, no, he just Instagrammed that shit and then I had to give the chain back. Is that shit coming back around here? I have plenty of S-mines. Let's start using them, right? Is that coming around this side? Looks like it is. Let's use some rocks to distract this big guy. In real life, this would just have me shitting my pants, but I feel like this is pretty like all right. Let's slap a bandage on it. I should probably like do some practice shots at the grill, but I'm afraid it's just gonna spot me immediately. Is an S-mine gonna be enough to take it down? Is it driving away from me now? Guess only time will tell. It's driving away from me. If only I had some rockets for my launcher. It's turning around. Oh. Some volatile cover there. Didn't hit the mine at all. Whoa, really? Get the treads of the shit. Place an ass mine further up here. As far as I know, when any of these tanks were actually damaged, it would fuck with like the cooling systems and stuff inside of the tank itself. And it would just be kind of like the people piloting it would be like stuck in an oven. Like it would just kind of flash fry like a squad of people like running this huge machine. That's only as far as I know, though. Like, don't cite me on in like any. I don't really know, but yeah, as far as I know, they weren't exactly like great things to be stuck inside. If you got hit with like a Panzerfaust or whatever, you were just kind of fucked. Is that what I'm equipped with right now? A Panzerfaust, a Panzerschreck. That's guess what they're called. Is it not gonna hit any of my mines? No, it was that easy. Reconvene with LRDG, the boys. Let's quickly have a look at what's left of it. Wait, what? Where'd it go? Blew it to high heavens. Oh. Oh. Yep. It was a good time, this. Corporal Mark 1 to Corporal Mark 2. Corporal Marky Mark. Oh, just Mark 1. Marky Mark for the next mission, hopefully. And that's me for this video. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, because I fucking sure as hell did. This was a lot of fun to me. Cool mission, cool guns, just good times. It's alright. So I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And yeah, you don't have to like or subscribe. Just if you want to watch the next video, watch the next video. Why am I being so like weirdly like it's not reverse psychology? I just sound like it's not even like self-esteem shit. I'm just like, yeah, it's annoys me when people go like and subscribe, like fucking if I will, I will. If not, I won't. Like whatever. Yeah, I hope I see you in the next video. Enough of this fucking jibber jabber. Sorry about all of this like weirdness. Love ya. See ya. I don't know if I actually love you, but I respect you as a human being.